Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Pete's Parlay Show for NFL Week 14. There's a lot of sharp action this week, according to Brent from BetDSI, so definitely catch that video. He told us a lot of interesting stuff about the betting action that's come in, the line moves, and the sharp action this week on a bunch of different plays. I got 4 legs this week, and 3 of the legs are, well, actually, all 4 of the legs are sharp plays, according to Brent from BetDSI, and 3 of them were plays that I was really liking on the opening lines, and also those 3 have also moved significantly. According to Brent, one game that hasn't seen any sharp action, which I think is kind of telling, is the Pats-Houston game. Huge action on the Pats, which is to be expected, but no sharp action on either side from Brent. So the sharps didn't jump on Houston or the Pats on the opening line or any of the lines that have been available throughout the week. Maybe sharp action will come in closer to game time when more injury information becomes known for the Pats. But as of now, it's just big sharp action on the Pats and nothing sharp on either side. And then 2 games that have taken notable two-way sharp action this week is Atlanta Panthers and Cincy Pitt. Atlanta +8 was actually a borderline pick for me this week. I have a feeling that they're going to play closer than expected. I asked Teddy Covers about that game specifically, and he said that for him it would be the Panthers or nothing. He says that reports on quotes from the Panthers locker room say that they are not happy with how they played on defense last week, and that they're going to come back with a big, strong defensive performance this week. I can certainly see that side of things. I was leaning Atlanta +8, and it was a borderline play for me, and sharp action came in on both Atlanta and Carolina. Carolina -7, -120 was a sharp play, and also on Atlanta +9. And I pressed Brent. I asked him which of those sharp sides did he, in his opinion, was sharper, and he said that he thought that the accounts that took the Falcons at +9 were sharper. So borderline play for me, to decide to lay off it. Another borderline play for me this week was Buffalo, and Brent did tell us that Philly at +1.5 and even at even money took sharp action. Chris Andrews, though, I spoke to him, and that was one of the games that he circled that he liked this week. He also likes Buffalo. My sense is that Philly is a head case team, and unless they're in a spot where I'm really wanting to bet against the other team, I'm in general wanting to bet against Philly at this point. Sharp action did come in on Philly, so take that for what it's worth. But for me, Buffalo +1 was a borderline pick. Just decided to lay off it at the last minute. And also Dallas was a borderline pick for me. I considered taking them at +7, -125. Sharp action came in on the under in that game. Probably that has to do with the weather report. It's supposed to be crappy weather in that one, and both teams are going to be running a lot reportedly. So that means it's likely to be a lower scoring game, and also probably fairly close. So Dallas getting all those points was very tempting for me. I'm still liking Dallas at +6.5. And decided to lay off it, but +7 -125 on Dallas was definitely a borderline pick for me this week. Then another borderline play for me this week was the Jags, right now -1, -105 at BetDSI. The Colts, of course, are going to play. They're expected to start Matt Hasselbeck at quarterback, even though he's banged up, and if he goes down, it's going to be Charlie Whitehurst. So I see that as a weakness for the Colts. I'm generally pretty positive on as far as the Jags' our passing game is concerned, the Jags offensively. So Jacksonville -1, -105 was a borderline pick. And then another one that I'm thinking about that was borderline was Tennessee to keep it closer than expected against the Jets. Right now it's +7, -105 at BetDSI. The Jets certainly have a team that can get a blowout win for sure, but my sense is that Tennessee +7 might be worth a shot. Decided to leave it out, but that was also a borderline pick for me. All right, so I got 4 legs this week, and again, all 4 legs are sides that Brent told us took sharp action. The first one you might guess took sharp action based on the massive line movement, and that's Detroit. I like Detroit on the opening line at +1. Brent told us it took a ton of sharp action from different accounts. Now it's all the way up to -3, -105. The money line's -150, and obviously I'd like it a lot more at +1 on the opener, but I'll still go with it as one of the legs of the parlay at -3, -105. Detroit is the first leg of the parlay this week. Then the second leg also took sharp action, also was a play that I was leaning towards on the opening line, and that's Tampa Bay. And they've gotten bet all the way up to -4, -115 at BetDSI. The money line has been getting pounded as well. It's all the way up to minus 230. Thought about taking the money line at minus 230, but decided just to take Tampa Bay on the spread. I am going to buy down to minus 4, which is minus 125. So that's going to be the second leg of the parlay. Tampa Bay minus 4, minus 125. And again, that did take notable sharp action from multiple accounts at BetDSI this week. And then Chicago over the Redskins. Chicago took sharp action at minus 3, minus 120. I like them on the opening line. In general, I like the program that Chicago has, and I don't particularly like the program that Washington has. Right now, they're minus 3.5, minus 110, and the money line is just minus 190. So I decided to take the money line on this one. Chicago Bears minus 190 is the third leg of the parlay this week. And then the fourth leg also took sharp action. It's not one that I was liking at the beginning, but one I think I'm liking right now, and that's going to be Oakland. I personally got burned on Oakland against KC last week, and they're right. They have taken sharp action according to Brent. They've gotten bet down. It's now it's 7 market wide, 6.5 at BetDSI. This was also another game that Chris Andrews likes. He identified it as one that he particularly likes this week, liking Oakland. Denver has awesome defense for sure, but they also have a ton of injuries offensively, and probably on both sides of the ball actually, and they're probably going to play a relatively conservative offensive game plan. Kind of a high line, so Denver probably comes away with the win, but I certainly see Chris Andrews' point of view like in Oakland here, and also the sharp action that Brent took on this one encourages me, so I'm going to take Oakland. I'm going to buy up to 7, minus 125 as the fourth leg of the parlay. So those are the 4 legs this week. Detroit minus 3, minus 105. Tampa Bay minus 4, minus 125. Chicago on the money line at minus 190. And Oakland plus 7, minus 125. 4 legs. I'm going to do round robins of 3s and 4s. $20 base, $100 to win $533.08 if all 4 legs win. And if 3 legs win, it basically breaks even. That's the Pete's Parlay for NFL Week 14.